Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is the Dr. Shabai Show, and today I want to look at why so many men are walking away from modern women and relationships and marriage. Because you hear about how so many men are just not in a relationship, or they're not getting married, or they're going overseas. And so it's important that I really look at why they're doing this and what is causing this. But before we get started, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. Thank you again for watching my video. So I really wanted to talk about this because there's so many different reasons, but I mean, because I've been doing a lot of research and talking and looking at social media, and then even talking to some of my friends who are divorced and who definitely do not ever want to get married again. But one of the things that I've heard over and over and over is that modern day relationships have become too transactional. So like this one guy said, the M in men, some women think it means money. A lot of women look at men strictly for a paycheck or money or to pay their bills. A man is supposed to provide. However, what comes along with that is a traditional woman. So you can't say that you want a traditional guy to do those things, but then you're not a traditional woman. So that is the first thing I think that we need to address and see why so many women feel like they deserve for a man to pay all their bills, even though they're not getting anything in return. And so the second reason I hear that a lot of men are just walking away is divorce court laws are biased towards men. And because I have a brother that was married and he had to pay a lot of money to his ex-wife, even though they made about the same amount of money and they had no kids together. She still wanted the courts to make him pay the mortgage, even though she was the one that cheated and he left her, but he still had to pay mortgage, insurance for her kids that were not his kids. So we know that the laws are not for men. And what's interesting is that laws are made mostly by rich men, but they don't make it in consideration for the average man. You don't make a lot of money, but yet you were married to someone, they are going to make you pay child support. But I think the best thing is if you give 50-50 custody to the mom and the dad, as long as each parent is a suitable parent, then that would cut down on child support. Because let's be honest and let's be clear, we are not bashing women, but there's a large majority of women that use child support to support their lifestyle. Child support is supposed to be taking care of the child. So it's mind-blowing when child support is used for a woman's rent, a woman's clothes, her hair, her nails, and then whatever is left is used to take care of the kid. And also a lot of women feel like if they lived a certain lifestyle while they were married, they should still have that same lifestyle even though they left their husband. But the first thing is that the laws are not geared towards fathers to be an active role in their children's life. And the other part is, let's be honest about this too. The state and the federal government makes billions of dollars off of child support. Any dime that is given to the mother, the state gets the money as well. And then also, marriages in America have a 50% divorce rate. That is very, very high. And then you have so many women telling their future husband, oh yes, that would never ever be me. I would never do that to you. And then when things get rough, that's the first thing they do is go to divorce court. And so number three, I don't really like to talk about other people's sexual activities, but number three is that modern men feel like a lot of women have too many past partners. And when a woman has too many past partners, sexual partners, it does make a lot of things difficult for her in relationship. So number one, when a woman has many sexual partners, it makes it very hard for her to commit to one person for the rest of her life because she's used to having so many different experiences. And then the other part of it is it's also hard for a woman to pair bond with someone, meaning that it's very hard for her to get attached, because of the number of partners that she's had in the past, and that causes internal conflict with a woman, because they will say, yes, I am acting like a man, I do what men do, but we know that women are just different from men and they cannot do what men do. And another thing that falls under a woman having many sexual partners, experience some type of trauma in their life that which they have never resolved. And when they are in a relationship with someone that is, very calm and nurturing and loving, and there's not drama, they will most likely cause drama because they're not used to being in a situation that is healthy and loving. And number four, modeling women are too hard to keep happy. Now I use the word to keep because I have seen it, I have witnessed it, I have talked to people. There are so many modern women who get married and they do a switch up. So I have a friend, well, she's not a friend anymore, but she was married for like 15 years and she was fine with being a mom and a stay at home mother. However, after 15 years, she said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to cater to my husband. I don't want to be there always just for my kids. I want a life of myself. I've never had a chance to get to know me. So she left. But the father has the kids. He's raising them. And you ask him today, he'll say, I don't know what happened. I don't know. She just wasn't satisfied. But what's weird is that she was for 15 years. Well, maybe we don't know how long she was happy or unhappy, but she left. That's the thing. She changed her mind about what it is that she wanted to do with the rest of her life. And then I've heard women complain about their husband works too much. All he does is work, and to me, that's what a man is supposed to be on his purpose. But then she complains, all the time when he works. But the bills are paid and their kids are fed and they are able to live a lifestyle that, most people are not able to live because of her husband. And so that is someone who is hard to please, because if he wasn't making money, if he wasn't taking care of the family, you would probably complain that he isn't doing that. So that's why I say that is modern women are very hard to keep happy. And then the other side of it is that's why they say, and which I totally agree, that a man is supposed to be on his purpose. He is not driven by the happiness of his woman or his wife, but his happiness comes from him fulfilling his purpose, his God-given purpose on this earth. Now, if the woman fits into that mold and she's able to adapt to his lifestyle, because that is how it was supposed to be. But when a man is constantly chasing to make his woman happy, then you are going to see the demise of this man. And I will give you a perfect example of a man that is chasing a woman to make her happy. This is Will Smith. I'm not going to bash him or Jada Pinkett, but I'm telling you, he was on a mission to make Jada happy. Look at where he is right now. And number five, femininity and being submissive are dirty words to most modern women, well, to all modern women. And so I did this one because that is something that you hear over and over and over. And you don't have to hear it, but you can see it. When a woman says that she's very submissive to her husband, a lot of women, especially modern women, just get so upset. They said that they are not a slave and that they're not going to work for their husband. A traditional woman knows you don't just work for your husband, you work for the family. Modern day women want tradition, but they only want it on one side. Everything else they want to be in their favor. And so being feminine and being submissive is very hard, especially if a woman feels like she's a boss lady. So after doing all this research, the question that I have is, can it be fixed? And I believe that it can. It may not be from my generation, but I think the generation that's before me, I definitely think that they can learn from the mistakes from my generation. I mean, so if you are a young woman, you definitely want to look at what it is that you're doing. Because I'm going to tell you, the decisions that you make in your 20s will affect you when you get in your 40s and 50s. And all of the women that I know who are successful and thriving right now, they're married. They've been married. It is important that you take this information and do something with it. Don't just continue to do what you normally do because it's not working. It's not working. But I would love to hear what anyone thinks. I would love your comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.